podcast made by basketball fans for basketball fans. From the hottest takes, news, analysis, and passion for the sport that we all love, this is the Fast Break Pod with Finn James and Will Tremaine. Welcome into the Fast Break Podcast, the podcast made by basketball fans.
For basketball fans.
Finn James.
Will Tremaine.
Back again with another episode. It has been so damn long since I have said those words, since you've said those words. It was supposed to only be a 2-3 week break, and it turned into about 4 or 5. But we're back.
Stuff
we're
happens, bro.
recharged.
Stuff happens.
We're back. We're recharged. We're so ready to go. Let's address the elephant in the room. There's a new setup, as you can tell, for the lovely people watching on YouTube, and now on Spotify, as we are going to be uploading the videos to Spotify as well. You can still listen, just as you normally can on Spotify, but we thought, why not let the lovely listeners to Spotify enjoy the glorious views of the new setup as well?
Yep, we got these amazing, comfortable couches that we're sitting on now, so yeah, big upgrade in my books. Hopefully it looks a bit better as well. We got the memorabilia in the bookshelves here. Still got our jerseys behind us. The beloved Dame. What's happened to PG, Finn?
Look, after an awful 24-25 season for Paul George, he's dropped down to an 81 overall on 2K. I can't be having that on the wall.
So the player ratings of your player on NBA 2K26 determines whether you have their jersey up or not.
Well, not necessarily, but...
Fake fan.
Well, no, I still love Paul George, but for the people that do know me, Blake Griffin is my all-time favorite NBA player for obvious reasons. Lob City, why I fell in love with the Clippers. So I stumbled across a warm-up jersey from, I'd say 2013, maybe 2014. Pretty old, and I had to snap it up, and now it's replaced Paul George, which I will still be repping throughout the summer days in New Zealand, because he's still my guy. He will always be a great I wouldn't call him a Clippers. He is a bit washed. You know,
I mean, Dame didn't have the best season, but you know, I'll always. You guys are never gonna see any other jersey other than Dame Dollar behind me. I might change it up.
Dame Dollar to you is like Blake Griffin to me, though.
Yeah, fair.
Why
did you never always have a Blake Griffin jersey?
I used to have one.
No,
I used to have one. I used to have the 2016-17 LA Clippers one with like the squiggly writing, the red one, and I gifted it to a friend because it didn't fit me anymore. I should have kept it though. It was a great jersey.
Yeah,
loved it to bits. Loved it to bits.
New setup. We're back. It's been 5 weeks, but hopefully the content is going to be bigger and better this year.
We've got a lot of ideas up in the old noggins. They've been working overtime.
First of all, we're gonna do the world segment again today. A few things we want to cover with the rugby and stuff, but we want to know from you guys whether you actually like that segment or not. So we're gonna put a poll up there on our Instagram story. So yeah, just let us know, yes or no, whether you like that or you want us to drop it. And we're gonna have plenty more questions throughout the season of things, asking you guys questions, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. We want to be a lot more interactive with you this season.
We want you to be a part of the podcast, not just Will and I. Exactly.
And feedback. You guys want to send us a message or anything? Let us know something, and we can put it in the podcast if that's what you want. Yeah, that's just a few things we're going to be changing. Other than that, we're going to be breaking down the Breakers campaign, 2025-26 campaign underway. NBA, of course, will be starting back up in October. And then, NZ and NBL towards the end of Season 2 as well.
Really looking forward to it. And as always, as I always say, if you want to skip to anywhere throughout the podcast, time code's down below. We'll be covering quite a bit in this episode in terms of Breakers. First season under the new ownership.
Yep.
Our first episode of Season 2 of the Fast Break Podcast, and we're relaunching it sort of like how we launched the first episode basically a year ago today almost, where we went really deep into the Breakers roster that was assembled leading into NBL26, which we are very excited to do. A lot of changes has happened around Breakers camp. So if you want to skip down that, we got loads of time codes down below where you can skip through and pick out your favorite parts. But like Will said, we're going to do the world segment today, the world news. If you want to keep it, let us know. Otherwise, we will bin it. We are happy. We want your feedback. We want this to be a great place for everyone to be involved. We want your feedback, so let us know. But what has happened this morning, in fact, Will?
Yeah, just a bit of rugby news that's happened. Obviously, the Rugby Championship's underway. Couple games last week that we didn't cover because we obviously didn't do a pod. But this morning's games, we had Australia playing South Africa in Cape Town. They obviously won last week, but they couldn't get the job done back-to-back. Lost this one 30-22, I believe it was. 1-1 between those two. And then also the All Blacks, following their decent win, I'd say, last week in Argentina. I think we won 41-20 something. We couldn't go back-to-back in Argentina. This one was in Buenos Aires this morning. And they beat us quite handedly. I mean, we had a lot of mistakes 3 yellow cards, I believe. But yeah, final score 29-23. Got the bonus point from a penalty at the end. I guess some great thing to look out for, but other than that, yeah, rough game. And now all teams are 1-1, so shaping up to be a very close and competitive rugby championship now.
Crazy. Didn't expect it. Obviously got up this morning to watch it, and ill-disciplined, horrible in the high balls. Bowden Barrett left a few points on the park as well off the tee, but it just goes to show that Argentina is really becoming a bit of a power horse, in world rugby. I think they're quite underrated.
And they beat the British and Irish Lions to start off the season.
Started off, this is probably the best year they've had in a long time to start off as well. But it also goes to show you the All Blacks are kind of not at that peak. And we talked about it a bit in the last podcast last year when we lost a few games in South Africa last year as well. We're not that powerhouse we used to be. So
it's honestly a shame because I thought after last week that win over Argentina would swept the French test series that we'd had. I honestly thought it was we were on that track to like domination again.
Yeah.
I thought the OG All Blacks are coming back slowly with all these new pieces, and then this is just thrown a spanner in the works. This loss this morning.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I think we're still not at that elite level that we once were.
No, we got time though. Richie Mo'unga will be back in next season and for the World Cup, which I think we're missing drastically at that playmaking position. Bowden's getting old.
Yeah. We got both games as well coming up against South Africa in New Zealand. So that's massive for us. Eden Park and Wellington?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know about
the other Dunners, maybe.
Dunners, yeah.
One of the two.
But yeah, those should be very good that we're having them both at home. I think we need to obviously win both. That would be amazing.
The record's on the line at Eden Park.
Yeah.
Unbeaten streak.
True. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll be continuing to update throughout the Rugby Championship.
Definitely.
If that's what you guys wanted. So yeah.
Yeah. And Auckland FC won on penalties last night in the Australia Cup. They're going through. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
One thing we did leave out at the start though, we are changing our upload day. So we used to upload Mondays 5 p.m. We used to sometimes record on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and upload on a Monday afternoon. And then we sort of switched it to doing everything on one day. And now we've rethought everything, and we're actually going to be recording on Sundays, uploading on Sundays. So there'll be reviews and previews of games in the current round of NBL, because there's obviously Sunday night games. But we have lives, we have jobs, we have things we need to do. And unfortunately, we all don't have the privilege of having Mondays off. So we're going to start doing reviews and previews of the NBL games on a Sunday, so everything is up to date and we're not days behind when it comes to some of the content that we produce for you guys.
FIBA Asia Cup.
Yeah. This is something. So before, we were supposed to come back halfway or near the end of the FIBA Asia Cup, but we thought there's not that much to talk about outside of this. So we'll wait until we're completely rejuvenated. Is that even a word? I don't even know. Completely back to our groove after this is completely done and NBL26 is all set in stone. And obviously the All Blacks were in Jeddah for FIBA Asia Cup and they finished 4th.
Yeah.
I expected us to finish a bit better, Will. What about yourself?
Real quick, before we get in depth on that, I should also mention we've got our phones in front of us. I promise. I'm not scrolling brain rot TikToks whilst we're live on the podcast. We've got our notes. Obviously, we used to have the laptops on the table.
That may change. Still in the works, potentially.
Yeah, but we're going to try out with our notes on my phone. So if I look down at my phone, that's what I'm doing.
Same as me.
Same as Finn. But yeah, 4th place at the Asia Cup. Obviously lost that 3rd place match to Iran. I was a bit disappointed in where we finished. Obviously, with a 2nd-ranked team in the Asia region. We weren't full strength, though. Finn and I have been talking about that. Our front court was very weak, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to those guys. Toby Smith-Milner, great shooter, great player in the NZ NBL, but we just have a lot better options out there at the center and power forward position. We were talking about it. Gianni Wetzel, Sam Menenga, Sam Wardenberg. Like, imagine those.
Tyrell Harrison. There's 4 guys that we've just named that could easily start on this team, and they would be essentially that rotation pieces for in the All Blacks currently. I mean, they've all played for the team before. Whether they were asked to play, who knows? I feel like the team that was assembled was primarily players that were playing in the Sal's NBL. Other than maybe Ben Gold, Tane Murray. There might have been somebody else in there as well who might have jumped in as well from overseas. But for the most part, Judd Flavel did put together a team that was predominantly playing against or with each other already in New Zealand the past season gone, which might have been the wrong approach, just quietly.
We weren't at full strength, but yeah, we had that crazy comeback win against Lebanon. That was amazing. And then obviously lost to China. We were sticking in it for most of that game. They kind of took away in the 4th a bit. Just they could not miss, and we
No
could
way.
not find our shot. So
That Chinese team really pissed me off, though.
Yeah.
There was one older guy on their team who flopped every single possession. It was doing my head in.
they were also killing us on that like full court press on defense.
Yeah.
They were forcing a lot of turnovers.
I was
on us.
surprised because obviously China are a known basketball country. Obviously Yao Ming, we all know who that is. But I'd say in recent years,
Young Hansen.
Young Hansen as well. He wasn't playing, unfortunately. I would have
wasn't.
loved to have seen him playing. I don't know why he wasn't there for international duties. He's probably in Portland.
Future superstar.
Preparing.
So, yeah. Got to take care of himself.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't expect China to do this well. Obviously, they got up over us by, I think it ended up almost going to a double-digit win in the end. It was close
Yeah.
for most of the game. And then they went on to play the Boomers in the gold medal match. And it was a 1-point win for the Boomers.
Yeah.
Not expected at all. I thought China were going to be blown out. The Boomers were beating every team by about 20 plus in this entire tournament. It took until the final for them to actually get some sort of challenge from another team in the FIBA Asia Cup, which was great to see.
Yeah. Obviously, Australia were the biggest winners overall. They won the
The
competition.
team was
but
so stacked.
I mean, outside of, I think China were definitely big winners of this competition. Finishing second. I guess I've just said the first and second best teams were the best teams, but hear me out. China were the 6th ranked team in the Asia region. So, I mean, going into this, I don't think many people probably would have had them making the final. So to go in there in the final against Australia and only lose by 1 point and have a look at winning it in the last second there, I think one of those Chinese players had a wide open 3 to try and win the game. Obviously didn't go in, but yeah, big tournament for them. So I think they should be definitely proud of themselves and how they performed.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know much about Iran, but they got the job done against us. I mean, the last game of the tournament, I'd say fatigue was probably definitely a factor in the last game for the Tall Blacks. I mean, it was a 73-79 loss, I think. So we were thereabouts, but 73 points, I don't think really that's ever going to get you a win in a 10-minute basketball game, and especially in a FIBA Asia Cup bronze medal match.
Yeah.
And I personally think maybe if we had a little bit more gas in the tank, this probably would have been us on the podium. I really thought heading into this tournament, we would have finished on the podium. I was a little bit
100%.
disappointed.
Yeah. Should we talk about some players that stood out for us though, Finn?
Definitely.
One guy for sure that stood out for me and we had our eyes on a lot because he's playing for the Breakers in this upcoming season. Taylor Britt. Obviously going to be that backup one for when PJC needs a breather. He really impressed me, Finn.
Very good player.
I know we've had mixed opinions on him throughout the Sal's NBL, but I think he really proved that he's going to be a great piece coming off the bench for the Breakers because he was our main guy pretty much.
I agree.
On that Tall Blacks team.
Great player.
So fast, just gets by anyone he wants.
Very good passer.
Yeah.
Very capable scorer as well.
That midi game as well, bro.
Yeah, decent three-point shooter. I think the one thing that will be interesting seeing him on the Breakers roster, he does lack a bit of size as well as PJC. Not in terms of height, but maybe just in terms of bulkiness and strength.
Yeah.
He's not a massive guy, but capable player, good defender. And the last, I'd say 2 or 3 seasons in the Sal's NBL, he's impressed me so much for Canterbury. Judd Flavel, that's literally his right-hand man, essentially. That's probably why he came to the Breakers. Judd Flavel would have put in a huge word to Pateri Copen in saying, we need this guy. Obviously, we wanted to build a roster that was primarily Kiwis with American imports. Taylor Britt is that backup point guard for the Breakers this year. And what I've seen for him on the Rams, he won Most Improved Player of the Year. It was either the season before or the season before that, the one where they won with Lockie Ulbrich.
Yeah.
So he's just continued to improve. A very good passer. I think he's going to be a great piece for the Breakers and impressed me quite a bit, like you said, in the FIBA Asia Cup for sure, Will.
Yeah, obviously PJC is going to be playing 30, 32 minutes per game. So Brett's going to be, filling in 8-10 minutes a game as a backup point guard. Maybe he runs a bit at the 2 with PJC. He's not going to be getting heaps of game time, but we just need him to come on with that energy. I think he's a perfect energy guy to just come on when PJC needs a breather, really up the pace, get those fast layups, little mid-range pull-ups, finding his open teammates on the 3-point line. I think he's going to be perfect, Finn. I'm really
100%.
optimistic about how the season's going to play out at the point guard position for sure.
He's always impressed me in a black jersey for the Tall Blacks too. I think Judd Flavel trusts this guy with his life probably after what he's done for Canterbury. So bringing him into the Breakers around some of his boys as well, because obviously predominantly Kiwi lineup once again. I think he's going to be exciting. Just that reliable dude that we need just to give, like you said, a few minutes. Great passer. I think he's left-handed as well, so slightly unpredictable. In terms of him going right, I've heard rumors that he's not great at going right. But from what I've been seeing from just a complete eye test from watching him in Sal's NBL for the Tall Blacks as well, I think he's a capable scorer. I don't think he's limited to his left hand, but obviously you're going to go to your strong hand most of the time. And if it works, then why does it matter?
Yeah. Another player that really stood out for me, Flynn Cameron. I think he obviously came off the bench, kind of was like playing that 1-2 position. He was a bucket, bro.
Very good player.
He was scoring like at will. 3-pointers as well. I was very impressed with those. He's going to be a key piece. He's on Adelaide, right?
Adelaide, yeah.
Yeah,
they haven't listed at the 3 on their depth chart, which is random.
That's crazy. But yeah, I think he's going to be a great piece for them. Very, very impressive campaign for the Tall Blacks for me. So yeah, he was one that stood out. What were your thoughts on him?
Great player. The one thing the Breakers needed to do this offseason was sign Flynn Cameron. We really missed out on that. That's the one thing that I'm disappointed in as a Kiwi fan, as a massive Breakers fan. Flynn Cameron would have fit the mold perfectly.
100%.
Kiwi-born, Pero Cameron's son, lefty, 6'5" point guard, athletic, shoots the ball well. He has everything in front of him to become a great player. He has impressed me so much in the Sales NBL.
His brother as well.
Tobias Cameron, his older brother, has been doing really well too. I don't know if he is really at that NBL level, but Flynn Cameron has impressed me so much in the last couple of years. Watching him in the Sales NBL, when he's healthy, struggled with injury quite a bit on Franklin this season, unfortunately, but man, he's a good player, man. Yeah. Very good player. That's the one piece that the Breakers really missed out on signing. I don't know if it came down to money or if he wanted to just go play with Bryce Cotton.
Not the one piece, though, Finn. There's another player I also want to mention, Mojave King.
Oh,
obviously played for us last year.
This is a mystery. This is a mystery
What's
to me.
happened to him? Like, he hasn't signed with... He's not signed with the Breakers, but on top of that, he hasn't signed with any other Australian NBL team. So the only thing that must be on the table is, like, maybe he's returning to the G League. I know his rights were traded to the Pelicans, so they could put him on their G League team if they wanted him. But yeah, it's just been like absolute silence from Mojave King during this offseason.
So random.
And he was another guy that just like really showed out for the Tall Blacks.
His first time, obviously, his debut for the Tall Blacks, obviously, he had aspirations of probably playing for the Boomers when he lived in Australia. Obviously has that Kiwi heritage, that Kiwi residency and citizenship, I'm assuming. Comes back, played for the Phi, took them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dropped a 40-piece in the Sales NBL.
Who did they upset? They upset someone
in that play-in
game.
Was it the Airs, maybe?
Yeah.
Dropped a 40-piece in the Sales NBL. Looked so good. Turned that 5 season around. I was not surprised that Judd Flavel picked him. And was, honestly, I'd say, out of everyone that was on that Tall Blacks team at FIBA Asia Cup, he was my best player.
Oh, agreed. 100%.
So athletic, long, great defender, excellent three-point shooter. I think, like you said, the Breakers have missed drastically not signing him again. Whether he has made it known to the Breakers front office that he actually doesn't want to play, if that's the case, understandably, wherever he's off to, like you said, maybe he is returning to the G League. But man, the Breakers, I think they missed the mark on not signing him again.
He would have been perfect off the bench. Obviously, he was your pick for sixth man last year.
Yeah, then he got hurt a lot.
And he started a bit as well. But I think on this team, he for sure would have been off the bench. And it would have been perfect. But yeah,
he could have been Kareem Lopez's backup.
Yeah. And I'll go even a step further. You said he was the best player on our team this Tall Black season. I 100% agree. I think he's like probably the best player we've seen in the Tall Blacks jersey in a while. Like since Corey Webster probably. Like during
that is a bold take.
Bro, like we haven't had that level of obviously like Corey Webster's gone Summer League before and stuff. Mojave King was like a full on drafted player, played in the G League Ignite with Scoot Henderson. That's like big name value.
Played for the Mad Ants a little bit before he got hurt.
Borderline NBA player who's played for New Zealand. Obviously, we've never had Steven Adams play for us, but like, yeah, I think Mojave King definitely was our best player for sure.
Well, you could say, yeah. Do you think it's the best player that's ever put on the jersey though?
Not ever. Well,
like in recent times.
Since the only other guy that I can think of is like when Corey Webster was going crazy during the World Cup.
Pero Cameron.
Yeah, that's not recent times.
To 2002? Is that recent times?
Not really.
Yeah, no, I get it. Damn, that's crazy take, but at the same time, you're not wrong, considering what we've seen him do and what he has done. Like, damn. Yeah, I don't know. His story is up in the air. It's a mystery. I have no idea what his aspirations are for this upcoming season. Like you said, no NBL team has signed him, which is crazy because I thought he'd have quite high stock, just quietly. Unless he's asking for too much. Or he said to his agent, I'm not playing in this league anymore. I'm heading over to Europe. I'm heading over to Japan, where the money is. Maybe, like you said, that draft rights to the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Maybe he's playing on the squadron in the G League next year. He just hasn't said anything yet.
Who
But
knows?
yeah,
I
he
think
was
those
so
were
good.
definitely our three standout players, though.
Oh,
I think,
100%.
like those three. Carlin Davidson also showed
Highlight
flashes.
reel.
Like
Highlight
that
reel.
poster he had on like two guys, crazy. He's our most athletic player in New Zealand, I reckon.
Oh, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Him and Liam Judd, definitely the two, number 1 and number 2, 1A and 1B, you could say. But
Yeah.
Carlin, I'm very excited to see what he can do in a Breakers jersey,
I
which
just
we're
hope
going to
he
get
gets
into
minutes,
soon.
bro.
Yeah, we'll get into the Breakers roster very, very shortly. But something I wanted to highlight in the FIBA Asia Cup as well before we head off, a headline came out maybe 2-3 days ago, Will. The former Philippines manager / coach, this is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I read this. The former Filipino manager / coach came out and said that Australia and New Zealand shouldn't be in the same Asia region when it comes to basketball because we have genetic advantages compared to the rest of Asia.
Insane,
What kind of take is that?
bro.
We
They literally, the Chinese national team modified and created a genetic freak in Yao Ming. Like
they took
that
the
is-
two tallest people in China and made
Yeah.
Yao Ming.
Exactly. And now they got young
That's-
Hunsons coming out of China.
They
as
also
well.
have a 7'4" or however tall that other guy is on their
Yeah.
team. No offense to him, he's not great, very young, but he's ginormous.
I guess that's China, not the Philippines. But like he's saying,
Kai Soto
Yeah.
is 7'1".
and they got. I mean, just list. They've got a number of NBA players. The Philippines who just aren't
Jordan
playing for
Clarkson,
them. Jalen Green, Jared McCain, number 2 pick Dylan Harper as well. He's got Filipino heritage.
Also,
like, they would be stacked if
it's
all
just-
those players played
It
for them.
blows my mind, right? The Philippines have a population of 115 million people compared to, I don't know how many Australia has off the top of my head.
Like 20 something.
New Zealand has 5.2 million people.
Yeah.
We do not have a genetic advantage.
We just
don't have
punch way above our weight.
We don't have a
Good at
single player over 7 feet that's played for us.
Yeah.
Stephen Adams doesn't count, obviously.
Yeah.
Yanni might be close. Tyrell might be close as
6'11s.
well.
Yeah.
But the fact that he came out and said that, which is also one more thing that blows my mind. The best player on the Philippines isn't even Filipino. Justin Brownlee is a full-on American-made man who played in the PBA and got Filipino residency because they really wanted him to play for the Philippines.
Yeah.
He became the Philippines' Michael Jordan.
I know.
And he's American. So how does that make any sense?
We don't have any genetic advantage whatsoever when it comes to basketball.
Neither does Australia.
No, like it's like world renowned known that the best basketball players are African Americans.
No, 100%.
So like we don't have any African Americans playing for us. Oh, Max Darling, but like we don't have a genetic advantage.
Well, he's not American,
so,
just African.
Yeah, like they have the best genetics. Of
course they do.
in basketball for sure. So
Yeah,
like for
best
him to say that
genetics.
about New Zealand is just crazy. I don't. understand it.
The hottest take I've ever heard by anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just doing it for the bit. Couldn't tell you. But I was very surprised when I saw that headline. I thought we just had to talk about it because I couldn't believe that take.
No,
Insane.
What a
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Should we get into what everyone's here for, though?
Yeah,
Finn?
we
We're
shall.
going to break down the Breakers team, their roster, the management, jerseys, everything that's happened since the end of last season, heading into this new season. It's been quite a few changes, few surprises. PJC's back, Finn.
For 2 seasons.
At the end of last season, we were like, he's gone. He's not coming back. No one thought he was coming back. And then, Finn sent him a DM and he was like, please come back. And he was like, sweet, on my way.
It's like, oh, you're my best friend. I'll come back. But yeah, no, this is crazy. A roster that I when the ownership changed, I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. I knew obviously they made it very evident that we were going to be chasing after Kiwis that had
Back to our roots.
Like Dylan Boucher came out and said on a podcast, every single New Zealand hooper, probably minus Stephen Adams, who was playing in the NBL or Europe or Japan, they had reached out to and said, would you be interested in coming to play for us? Because we want to rebuild this.
Yeah.
And essentially that's what they've done, minus maybe Sean Bairstow in terms of our local talent. It's all Kiwi, apart from Sean Bairstow, who was on a 2-year contract. So I guess they just had to acknowledge that and keep him on the roster, which is completely fine. But I don't know. Let's run through this and run a few other things as well. I guess we'll start off. You've had some time to think about it since we haven't been on the podcast. The ownership change happened a while ago now. We talked about it quite a bit when it did happen. But now that we've seen the progression of the franchise in the last 2 to 3 months since the change happened, now that we're a few weeks out of NBL26, what are your thoughts? Are you happy with what they're doing?
Amazing. Massive fan.
Lovely.
I don't think they've missed on anything so far. Signing Kiwi players, changing the jerseys back to black and blue, back to our roots. 3 games at Event Finder this upcoming
Yeah, that's
season.
sick. I'm so
That's
happy
so
with that.
good for us, considering it's 5 minutes away from the podcast studio right here. Yeah, just could not have imagined better things coming out of the management group in this off season. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same as you. Honestly,
Yeah.
no complaints so far. It seems like they're really pushing for more fan love, fan engagement, not trying to sell Taco Fall meet and greets like the other management was, which still blows my mind to this day. But
Bringing back Terry Copeland as well. I think that
was
massive.
huge. Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
think
a big
he was.
fan of him.
I think he was still on contract.
Oh, true.
But it seems like he's grown a really good relationship with Dylan Boucher. Obviously, they headed over to Vegas together.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Terry Copeland must love New Zealand. Obviously, last season was his first season as a head coach.
Yeah.
He went from being a Finnish basketball legend to coaching a team in little old New Zealand. And personally, I think he was on track to have one of the greatest debut seasons as a head coach before we left to America.
Yeah.
I mean, we were first in the league.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that the ownership team has said, come back, let's try again. I think they've built a roster that going to complement his game really well.
Yeah. Also, like small things like we're not going over for the American tour again
Oh,
like last
thank
year.
God.
I know, Finn, you were a massive hater on that whole entire thing. I was a little bit more optimistic about it. Like, I just enjoyed seeing them go up against NBA talent. But
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
I think, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we were 2 different teams before and after that NBA series last year. So there's no disputing that. And without that this year now, I think we could definitely make a statement, be a lot better than we were last year. I think that's massive. And then we've got preseason games in Japan, 2 of them, Finn.
Yeah.
Against Modi Mayor's new team.
Yeah,
that he's
so
coaching.
I've wrote them down. This is happening after the Blitz, so it'll be between the Blitz and the start of NBL26. I think our first game is against the Brisbane Bullets at Spark Arena, I think on the 19th of September.
Yeah.
So we're heading off, I think, the week before. So I think we're playing on the 12th and the 13th over in Japan. And we're playing against, I've written this down, and please, if you're Japanese, excuse my pronunciation, we're playing Nagasaki Velka and the Komimoto Volters. I probably butchered that.
Kumimoto
Yeah.
Volters.
So
Yeah.
the Nagasaki Velka team play in Japanese B1, which is the Division 1 league, and the Komimoto Volters are in the Division 2. Nagasaki Volkers are, funnily enough, coached by former Breakers head coach Moni Mayor, who holds a special place in my heart.
That obviously was part of the reason that
100%.
set this up, playing against Modi. But that'll be a good outing for us, playing some international competition.
What are your thoughts on it? Are you a fan? You a fan of it?
I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just good to play like other styles of like teams, because obviously over in the Japanese leagues, the style of basketball is probably a lot different to the NBL. So it'll just be interesting and entertaining to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe not so good for preparing for like NBL teams, but we've obviously got the preseason and the Blitz to do that. So I think it's good. You know,
It's also
spread
a
out
boys
brand,
trip.
good brand name.
It's also a boys trip.
Yeah, true.
And I think that's something that I did like about the US tour. Despite the fact that it's the most disruptive thing in professional sports, and I think it's one of the stupidest thing a New Zealand franchise has ever done in sports, it's a boys trip.
Don't hold back, Finn.
They got to fly first class. What'd you say?
Don't hold back.
Don't know, but mate, that ownership's gone. Matt Walsh, come for me, bro. You're in America. You ain't coming near me.
He's putting out a hit for you now, man.
Nah, like I said, it's a boys trip. It's a team culture trip at the end of the day.
Yeah.
These guys flew first class, business class, or whatever it was, to America, played NBA teams, trained together, stayed together, did activities together.
Yeah,
That was great. It built team chemistry and everything, and I
sure.
think it was just the wrong time.
Yeah.
It was awful timing. And honestly, the only reason they could do it there is because that's when the NBA teams were available. So I see why they did it, but I think we weren't really thinking about us.
Speaking of NBA teams, isn't some team the Pelicans, right? They're
Yeah.
coming down to Melbourne to play
Southeast
against
Melbourne
Southeast-
and
yeah.
Melbourne United.
That's massive.
Good friend of ours is going, actually.
Yeah.
Liam's going. Big Pelicans fan, so he's off to
Yeah.
watch those.
I mean, I think that's great. Like, the NBA can work around our schedule for once, expand their brand down to this region of the
a
world.
few European teams coming over to Australia as well. The one that I think Kendrick Nunn plays for a team, and he was hooping in Europe, so
Yeah.
he'll be coming over with his team. I don't know which team it is. I think it's in the Lithuanian league potentially.
Right.
But he's coming over, and a few other teams coming over to. I think it might be Sydney to play a few teams in Sydney, so that'll be exciting.
That's big, though. Hopefully, down the line, who knows, the Portland Trailblazers might make a trip to New Zealand to play a preseason game here.
God, you would absolutely love.
I'm manifesting it.
You would love that.
And the Clippers. Clippers and Blazers.
Mate. And the thing is, I heard apparently the Pelicans are bringing everyone.
Really?
Jordan Poole, Zion Williamson.
They all going to play?
I don't know how much they'll play, but
Damn,
they're all
massive.
coming.
Yeah, that'll be a good game.
But yeah, like you said, it's maybe like Breakers going to Japan. Oh, they're playing Japanese teams. Maybe it's not great preparation, but I mean, European teams and NBA teams are coming over to play these other NBL teams.
Yeah.
So is that bad preparation
It's all fair.
too?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Also, after the Blitz, once we've seen all the teams in action, the team rosters should all be finalized by that point. We're going to do our predictions for where we think each team's going to finish this season, like we did last year.
We're going to dive deep.
Yeah, so 1 through 10, where we think everyone's going to finish. And then, who knows, we'll do our playoff predictions as well, who we think's going to win the chip. So yeah, stay tuned for that. A couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. We'll see how we go. Well, we will spend a pretty long amount of time digesting these rosters too, because personally, Will, I think this might have been the most exciting NBL offseason I have ever seen since
100%.
watching this league. And I've been watching this league for probably more than 10 years now. Obviously more in depth in the last 3 to 4, but this was an insane offseason with some huge names coming over, big names moving, a lot of imports returning. So exciting. The teams in the competition going into the season are stacked. There's no bad teams. It's going to be so hard to pick.
We're going to do a much more like in-depth breakdown of each team, like when we do our predictions in a couple weeks. Obviously, we're just going to make this one more Breakers-centric.
Yeah.
But should we like kind of run through the depth chart for the Breakers? What it's going to look like this season for us, Finn? Who's going to be our point guard depth?
We all know who's going to be at the one. Parker Jackson Cartwright, of course, returning on that 2-year deal, which honestly, other than Christmas, might have been the best day of the year. Didn't expect it. He is going to be the longest tenured Breakers import in history. Yeah. Cedric Jackson was number 1. I think he lasted 3 seasons. Yeah. Obviously, PJC had the first 2 seasons with us, and I signed for 2 more, which honestly was unexpected. But I saw his interview with, I think it must have been Peter Hooley on NBL Now, and he was talking big about how much he loves New Zealand. Damn. Like, he said he loves it here, like, as a country. So who knows? He's in the back end of his career. I think he's turning 30 this year. He might have just turned 30. He's got 2 more seasons under the belt. Who knows how long we see PJC in New Zealand for?
He could be our version of Bryce Cotton for Perth. He could stay for even longer, get his NZ citizenship, play for the Tall Blacks.
Bro, he was really talking up how much he liked New Zealand.
It's amazing.
Great country, though.
And obviously, like we mentioned before, we went in depth on him. Taylor Britt, he's going to be the main backup point guard to PJC. We've also got, they've listed here, Alex McNaught, development player.
Yeah.
He's going to be that 3rd string point guard if needed. Shooting guard, Finn. Who's going to be playing the shooting guard minutes?
So we have somebody a little bit closer to home. San Diego Clippers and Clippers G League player Isaiah Brockington at the 2 guard spot. American, left-handed, very good scorer.
Bucket.
Can score on all 3 levels.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to seeing what this guy can produce. He didn't get a lot of minutes for the Clippers in Summer League, but G League stats were decent. His college stats were really impressive to me as well. I think he's about a 3 or 4 year pro.
Yeah.
I think he played for the Squadron and for the Pelicans as well, so got a fair amount of experience, and I'm very excited to see what he can produce at the 2 guard position. Obviously, I have no idea what he's going to be like in the NBL. It's a pretty unique league, but excited to see what he's going to produce. What about you?
Obviously, we know how much of an optimist I am from past episodes, so it will shock no one to hear that I'm very high on him. I think he's going to be a perfect complementary piece to PJC. I can just see it. I'm envisioning it. I think they're just going to work perfectly together. PJC is going to average a lot more assists this season, I think, from getting dimes to Brockington. Who knows? Maybe Brockington even up there with PJC for leading the team in points per game.
Damn.
Who knows? Bold take of mine, but he's obviously going to be playing the bunch of the shooting guard minutes. Isaiah Liafa, he's going to be our main backup too. Coming back to the Breakers, that Kiwi-centered focus. 3-and-D, that's all we really need out of him.
Yeah.
Come on, he's a good defender. Needs to make his shots. He had a bit of a down season last year.
Career worst, unfortunately.
Yeah, but hopefully, being back home, that's going to boost his confidence a bit. He's going to be playing the backup of the 2 minutes. And then we've also got, they have Kai Isaac here.
He's off to college. I think for 2 years, just to round off his eligibility, which congratulations.
Congrats to him. And also new DP, Tukaha Cooper, who played for the Southland Sharks.
So happy for him, man.
He was phenomenal for the Sharks.
Very good player.
Perfect in that 2-guard position with the 3 imports around him. Massive, great signing for the Breakers. Obviously, develop him a bit more, and hopefully, we get to see him on the court at some point as well.
Young player as well. I think he's in his early 20s, around the same age as us.
Yeah.
tall, athletic. You never know what he can be produced in the next few years as a DP.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a bit nervous about Isaiah Leafa, though. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'll be honest. He's had his best seasons in the NBL with the Breakers.
Yeah.
Back in 2023, when we had Barry Brown Jr., Derek Pardon, and Jarrell Brantley? Jarrell Brantley.
Yeah.
And he played really well that year. It was a big piece of why we made it to the finals. A very good defender. Punches really high above his weight. Considering he's only 6'2", plays upwards of his size. Very strong. I love the guy. Just a wildly inconsistent shooter. And we saw it for him in the Wellington Saints this year as well in the Sales NBL.
He had games where he was amazing.
Oh yeah, but then you have games where he shoots 0 for 10 from 3 like he did in the grand final. So I love the guy. He's a great player, great energy. He's a New Zealander. We have him for 2 more years. He probably can't have a worse season than he did last year for Sydney.
He's a bit like me, Finn. Inconsistent.
Well,
anyway, I'm optimistic, as
course
always.
you are.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right off the bench. What about the small forward position?
Oh, Will, you don't understand how excited I am that Kareem Lopez is coming back for a second year.
Yeah.
Obviously, there has been scares. He has a back injury, so he will be ready for the NBL opener in mid-September, but he won't be playing in the Blitz or anything.
So they might slowly bring him back for like limited minutes in the preseason.
Okay, so that could happen.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I hate back injuries in basketball. They ruin people's careers. Look at Michael Porter Jr. He got a back injury in college, never played a game for Missouri, but was number 1 ranked in high school, and look what happened to him.
I mean, he didn't have a bad career, Finn.
No, he's still good, but he
been good.
he had to change his entire the way he played.
He could have been a lot better.
But I'm so excited for Kareem Lopez. I think he's a top 10 draft pick.
He's
projected
7th in the latest mocks.
in the next draft, which is exciting. I saw a video of him when he landed with the 2 other imports. It looks like he's growing in the offseason as well, which is ridiculous.
It's like he's matured out of it as well.
And exactly. Watching him progress from the start of the season, where you and I weren't very high on him when he first came in. Obviously, he was 17, so it kind of made sense. But seeing how he progressed to the end of the season, where he was arguably one of our best players,
he was our most improved
arguably
player,
one of our best defenders.
Yeah.
He improved his jump shot, athletic.
Bro,
He could be one of the best players on our team this year.
he's going to be a beast.
I'm so excited.
And he doesn't even fill up an import spot. Like that's just
next
massive
star.
for us.
It's
Next
crazy.
star.
And that's the thing. He could be the biggest story in the NBL this year.
Yeah.
If he has a great season, you never know how high he could go in the next draft.
It's going to be him and Dash Daniels that's going to be getting talked about in the
We're going to
NBA
get into
mock
that in a
drafts.
few weeks, but Dash Daniels is going to excite me this season too. But
100%.
man, Kareem Lopez, I'm so high on him. I'm so excited to see what he can produce this season. He's got his feet wet in the first season in NBL. He's coming back for a second year. He's older. He's growing, more matured. He's probably put on some weight.
Yeah.
Probably working on his shot every day. Man, he's going to be an integral part of this roster. Are you excited? Are you just as excited as me?
I'm so excited. Bro, our starting 5, it's going to be amazing in my opinion. And we're going to see that when I do my predictions for where we're going to finish on the season. But we'll save that for a couple weeks.
See that in a few weeks' time. Who else we got? We got Sean Bairstow as well, Carlin Davidson, and a new development player as well. Good friend of mine, Liam Judd. Big congratulations to him signing a roster spot as well. But do you want to run through these as well?
I want to see... Like, I'm not super high on Sean Bears, so sorry if he's watching this, but I want to see Carlin Davidson getting the majority of those 3 minutes coming off the bench. I think he's earned it from his campaign with the Taranaki Airs.
Bro, he was so good last season.
Yeah, and then obviously with the Tall Blacks as well. So I hope to see him getting the majority of those back-up 3 minutes. And then, Juddy, obviously, DP. Hopefully he can progress throughout the season.
Excited to see what he can turn into,
How about power forward Finn? This is our 3rd import spot.
Yeah, Rob Baker the second. Talked about him a little bit on TikTok a few times. I don't know much about him, to be honest. 6'11" with, I think, a 7'3" wingspan. He's the president of the G League Players Association. I don't know if you knew that, which is quite funny. Look, if you look at his stats, you wouldn't be that excited, to be honest, and I can see why. If you're a box score merchant, it makes sense. However, if you go back to his most recent basketball, like where he was most recently playing for the Indiana Pacers in the Summer League, the final game of the Summer League, he dropped 25 and 10 in 22 minutes and shot 40% from 3 from 4 of 10.
So he's a shooter.
He's a good shooter.
That's what we want at the 4 spot.
And he's athletic, has great rim presence, so he's going to pick up on that defensive, not slack from Sam Meninga, but obviously Sam is a bit shorter, and we'll get into that, our center, the depth soon as well, but Seems like he's going to be that shot blocker type guy.
Yep.
Scores on all 3 levels. Has decent touch around the rim, and I don't know. I'm excited to see what he can produce. I can't say I'm high on him. I can't say I'm low on him. I can't really have an opinion because I haven't seen much of him yet. But I'm excited to see what he can produce.
I trust to see how it plays out.
I trust Pateri Coburn and Dylan Boucher. They would have seen something they liked when they were in Vegas, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. They had so many players to choose from, and they chose him. So he's obviously shown them something special.
You know what's crazy, though? Apparently, Darius Baisley was linked to us.
Oh.
And he broke his leg in the Summer League. I don't know if you saw that for the Lakers.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was linked to us. And
because they obviously would have been watching a lot of the Lakers games with Sam and Enga playing for them.
Yeah, Darius Baisley was linked to our team, apparently. Yeah, that was a shame. He would have been so good.
Yeah. The other 4 positions, we got Ruben Tarangi. I feel like he's more of a 3, but maybe 4 minutes as well. And Max Darling, they've listed him as like the 3rd string 4. I mean, he was starting for us at points last season, so I think he's going to get more minutes than they're like projecting here. I think he's going to be that backup for Ruben Tarangi, maybe more 3 minutes. But both of them, obviously Kiwis, following the theme. So yeah, that's interesting. And finally, our center rotation, 2 guys, Sam Menenga, Rob Lowe. Finn and I were talking about this off pod. Obviously, Sam Menenga, he's 4-5, like not really, kind of positionless, same as Rob Baker.
Yeah.
So we feel as though they're just going to kind of like both play positionless big men, like
so
4 and 5, interchangeable. Yeah. And then obviously when Rob Lowe comes on, he's going to be like solid center, and whoever's with him is going to be the 4. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to the center rotation.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe, despite coming off not the greatest Cells NBL season, struggling with that ankle injury that he suffered in that early on game against the Manawa 2 Jets, but that season he just had with Melbourne United ended up he pushed out Marcus Lee from the starting position at center and was a pretty big piece of almost a championship team last year.
Exactly.
So Rob Lowe, a ton of experience, has played for the Breakers multiple times. Good shooter, great defender, big body as well.
Fan favorite, local Kiwi.
Yeah, great guy. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing him back on Kiwi shores for another season. And Sam Menenga, I am so incredibly high on.
Really?
So high on.
Yeah.
Watching the progression that he has had, Sam's season in Puerto Rico was so good. The stats he was putting up in Puerto Rico playing against the likes of Montrezl Harrell, JaVale McGee, who's coming over as well. Hassan Whiteside was there, but he looked like he'd taken a lot of steroids.
Bro, he was massive.
Yeah.
He was so big.
So Sam's campaign in Puerto Rico was really impressive. It earned him a spot on the Lakers Summer League roster where he did unfortunately fail to make the court in Vegas, but he did play a little bit in the California Classic, which was before. Yeah. But I think he's just improving every single year, and I think
still young.
He was arguably a top 3 player for the Breakers last year. Will.
Yeah, he was.
He had some outstanding games.
Hopefully he takes another step forward.
He's only going to get better too.
Yeah.
That jump shot's coming along so nicely.
For sure.
We need. I feel like one thing that's so important in the NBL is if everyone on the court can shoot threes, it's going to open up so much space for Parker.
Bro, even we see it like in our scrimmages, like just at 33, and our games on Wednesdays, obviously to a much lower level. But like,
bro, what do you mean? Don't sound short.
But like, if the other team just has one guy that can't shoot, you just sag on him, and you can just like cramp up the paint and like help on other players getting by and stuff. It's so big in basketball. I don't think it's talked about enough. Like, just making sure all your players can shoot is such a like big piece in basketball, in my opinion. 100%. So I mean, having like
everyone on the team, literally
everyone in our team can shoot threes. So like, that's so important. Massive.
And that's something that didn't really work for us last year with Freddie Gillespie. That's why he probably didn't get the minutes he may have deserved. And then obviously Taco came in, and we had to just sit him in the key.
And that's why I'm not super high on teams like the Hawks, who picked up JaVale McGee. Like, I know that's a big name signing, obviously former like champion in the Warriors, but he's not going to be shooting threes in there.
I think he shot low 30% from 3 in Puerto Rico this season. Just gone.
Well, he got the green light to shoot? Because he never had that in the league.
He averaged 18 and 9 in Puerto Rico.
Okay. But
at 38.
I ain't believe it until I see it.
But that's one thing, and we'll get into this when we do our predictions. That's one thing Adelaide's going to struggle with quite a bit, I think.
Humphreys, Harrell,
Cheatham, not the greatest 3-point shooter.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. The most stacked roster in the league could be in trouble.
That's our team. Set in stone. Those are the players that are going to be wearing that New Zealand Breakers jersey for this upcoming season.
I'm so excited to see what uniforms we put out.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen them yet.
No.
We've only seen the practice uniforms.
They look so tough, bro.
They have the same font as the old jerseys. Obviously, the PJC one isn't up anymore, but that kind of scribbly numbers, they look great. The same Breakers logo across the front. But yeah, they've gone away from the pink and the blue, and they've gone to black. The OG black and blue we've always gone with.
Yeah.
Some moldy designs down the front as well on the training jerseys.
Looks
so
sick.
really excited to see what the playing jerseys are like. I'm just quietly, I'm gonna have to cop one.
Might have to hang it up as well, Finn.
Maybe.
Find a space for it.
And before we get out of here as well, we want to know what you think. This is what we're doing something on the podcast now. We're doing a poll every single episode. We're going to do one before the show as well, which we didn't explain at the start. Where we're going to post in our story before the show, before the podcast, and get your opinion.
That one's going to be about the world news segment, if you guys want to get rid of it or not.
And there'll be some other polls as well. We're really going to try tap into our audience. We want you to be part of this podcast. We want your opinion on here. We want everyone else's thoughts.
Pretty much whenever Finn and I are debating something and we're talking to each other about it, we're going to ask you guys as well.
Yeah, essentially. So the poll for this episode, for Breakers fans, is are you happy with what the new franchise owners have produced this offseason?
Everything.
What are your thoughts on it?
The signings, the management, the jerseys, everything we've just discussed. What do you guys think about what's gone on? Are you a fan or are you not? Let us know.
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Message us as well if you want to go a bit more in depth, and we'll shout you out on the next podcast. We're going to be doing a lot more of that, as you said, every episode, Finn.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's good to be back.
We're back. I'm excited
so
for
good
the
to be
season,
back.
Finn.
Season 2,
it's gonna be great, man.
Season 2 underway. Episode 1 all wrapped up. It's good to see you, bro.
We never even celebrated. We've been doing this for more than a year now, Finn.
Almost, yeah.
No, it has been more than a year.
Crazy.
We haven't done a year's worth of episodes because we had our 5-week break. But we started, I think, this time last year. So
it's been a year. Crazy. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Looking forward to it. NBL26 is going to be huge.
Yep.
It's going to be I personally think it's going to be one of the biggest seasons we have seen this league in recent years.
Oh, it's going to be the most exciting season ever.
So excited. We'll see you next week. We're looking forward to it. The Blitz, we will be reviewing some of the games the Breakers play, as well as kind of digesting what other teams are doing as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these new rosters really take the court for the first time.
100%.